Got it. I'm gonna record here. All right, here we go. 3, 2, and 1. Welcome to another edition of the HBCU Daily Grind. Resources beyond the yard. Y'all know who I am by now. Omar Muhammad, helping you improve and progress in business and in life. As you can see, I'm at this university, the festive university, also the HBCU advocate as well and alum. So before we get to our special guest, I do want to let you know that you can find us HBCU by association. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I think we need to be on that other one too, but we'll find out. We are on LinkedIn, and that's why you check it here. We are on LinkedIn, but there's another one I think we should be at. You can also find us on our website at HBCU by association. So this is I call it a workshop. You know, most people want to call it a podcast. It's a workshop. You know, so I'm bringing on HBCU alum from around the world who are sharing information on how they got started in business, as well as just daily life or anything else they want to share. This is the show for HBCU alum. So with that said, we're going to go down south. It's like all the HBCUs seem to be down south. So we're going to go down to south, and we're going to bring, as you can see, Rob YB Youngblood, and he has a company called YBConnects. Hey man, good to see you.
Peace and blessings, Omar. Good to see you, my brother.
All right, good deal. So give a shout out to your HBCU that you attended.
Absolutely. The best HBCU in the nation, Virginia Union University,
Okay.
proud campus, located in Richmond or Richmond, Virginia.
Hey, I love it. All of the HBCUs are great, but yours is great. Well, it's good to see you, man. So we're going to get started with this first. You know, when you're at an HBCU, I think that there are 4 quadrants, you know, and it happens to spell out HBCU. So I'm going to go through them and you let me know which one resonated with you when you were on campus. So the H is for homecoming, you know, the homecoming events and activities. The B is for Black excellence. So those are the professors, your colleagues that you were connected with. The C is for clubs and organizations. And then finally, the U is for a united place. When you know, here at Morgan State University, it was the bridge, or it was the place where we had meals. So for you, it could be anywhere. So for those 3, 4 quadrants, the homecoming, Black excellence, clubs and organizations, and united place, which ones resonate with you or resonated with you when you were on campus?
Yeah, I would say definitely the B and the C. So for Black excellence.
Okay, Black excellence.
Thinking about the professors, the individuals who made a significant impact in my life. I go back to, my freshman year, my English professor, Miss Linda McDonald, who was notorious for holding people accountable, lighting your paper up with a bunch of red ink, and reminding you of the importance of operating at the highest level of excellence. So Linda McDonald, we think about Reverend Angelo Chapman. We think about, all of these other professors that have Patricia Murray. I mean, I can go on and on. Now, here's what's funny, Omar. It took me 8 years to finish a 4-year degree. So I got a whole lot of professors that I can name. but I'll say that when I think about Virginia Union, I think about definitely the Black excellence in terms of those who have who led the way for us, and then those who also graduated but beyond us. And then with the clubs, and I got to make sure I give a shout out to the fact that at Virginia Union we host 5 single letter Greek organizations on the yard, right? So, got to start out with Alpha Phi Alpha. My chapter is Gamma chapter, which was founded December 30th, 1907. So before many organizations were even thought of, Gamma chapter existed. So when I think about Virginia Union, I think about the Black excellence, and I think about the clubs and organizations.
All right. Is there one particular building on campus that resonates with you?
Yeah, I mean, here's what's amazing about Union, man. There's so many leaders that came out, obviously in many HBCUs, but the Henderson Center, we call it the Hendo. That's where we used to have the gym. But before we had gym jams, we had what they call Club Hendo. But that was the student center. That's where we hung out. There was a place on campus called the Square. People would hang out in the Square, which is right out front of the Henderson Center. That's where the cafeteria is located, in the Henderson Center. So I would say the Hendo or the Henderson Center is the major hub of the campus. And then the second place would be the chapel. On Thursdays, every Thursday, we would have chapel. And in order for you to graduate from Virginia Union, you had to make sure you had your chapel credits. So you had to be in the place to be. But the chapel and the Henderson Center would be the two places that stand out at Virginia Union.
All right, good deal. And what was your major?
I majored in business administration with a concentration in finance and economics. That's a long story in and of itself, but that's what I finished with. Business administration with a concentration in finance and economics.
All right. So right after college, talk about that journey. What did you do after college?
Yeah. So when I transitioned from Virginia Union, I really didn't have my ducks in a row, and a lot of that was on me. I actually took time off from school. I came back. I left school at the end of 2000, came back in 2002. Finished in 2004. When I graduated, I had this desire to be an entrepreneur. I wanted to own my own business. I wanted to be my own boss. And so I actually got started in the direct sales venture and started, developing my sales skills and had my own, kind of sales consulting, direct sales business. But the first full-time job that I had out of college, I worked for the Boy Scouts of America. I was their Learning for Life executive, which allowed for me to go out into the community and promote this career and character education program called Learning for Life. And that's what helped to develop, in addition to my direct sales company, my sales skills, my network, my ability to build relationships with people in multiple diverse backgrounds.
Yeah, I'm just going to highlight sales skills. I'm going to come back. Actually, no, I'm going to do it right now. That's important, whether, you're at an HBCU, whether you're an entrepreneur or not. If you can't tell a story and sell your product, then it's not going to work for you. You have to go find something else to do. So how important is it for individuals to hear that, sales, you often hear this saying that, I don't know how to sell, or I'm not a salesperson. I'm an entrepreneur, but I'm not a salesperson. So how important is it to have that skill?
Yeah, so actually sales is a combination of 3 skills. So when I coach my clients and I teach them how to become an effective sales professional, there's 3 specific skills that I tell people to focus on.
I told y'all it's a workshop. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, when you think about sales or selling equals communication times leadership times relationship building, right? So communication is a skill, leadership. And when I say leadership, I'm not talking about you leading others specifically. I'm talking about the innate character that you have as a person, right? So if you are honest, if you are timely, if you are direct, if you are results driven, those are what I mean when I talk about leadership. Why? Because a person is going to buy from someone who they know, like, and trust, but they're also going to do business with those that have integrity, right? That I heard about you from some other place. So I heard that you were the best in town. That's leadership. And then relationship building. You and I, we have a long-standing relationship. As a matter of fact, I came to you as a result of someone else referring you to me, vice versa. And so what happened? I maintain that relationship, and it opens up the door. And so that's what sales is all about: is communication, leadership, and relationship building. And it's not so much about getting someone to buy as much as it is to provide a solution to a specific problem. So we have to be able to identify what the problem is and then communicate in such a way that the person that we're talking to is like, you know what? I need you. I need what you're bringing to the table. Can you join my organization? Can you provide me with access to that product? Can you coach me? So that would be the language that someone that's interested in selling themselves or selling their product or service needs to understand: communication, leadership, and then relationship building.
I like that. The relationship building is truly important. I was going to mention that later on down the line that, Scott Phillips, who was my mentor, he said, I need you to talk to this young man. Y'all say young man, I'm still young, but it all worked out in the long run. So let's talk about leaving from college to working, with the Boy Scouts. Now you're an entrepreneur. So let's talk about, you were an entrepreneur before. Now you're doing some more entrepreneurial activities. So let's talk about your company, YBConnects, and how did you get to that point?
Yeah, in 2012, unfortunately, I was laid off from a nonprofit position, not the Boy Scouts. I had left the Boy Scouts before I joined this other organization. And I say unfortunately because no one likes to get laid off, and I got laid off 3 different times in an 8 months period. But as a result of that first layoff, it prompted me to pray, right? So the one thing that I received from going to Virginia Union is this fortified faith, this belief in not only the higher power in God, but the belief that, okay, God has something for me. So I prayed to God that he would deposit within me something that would allow me to live for him while utilizing my gifts and talents to be a blessing to others. And that's when he deposited YBConnects into my spirit. YBConnects is a professional training and coaching firm that focuses on increasing the visibility, credibility, and profitability of our clients. And so, it allows me to operate in my gift on a daily basis.
I like that, man. I like that. So when I mentioned my social media for HBCU by association, I left one out. I didn't mean to do it on purpose, but I did leave one out, and that was LinkedIn. I know that you're doing a lot of activity with LinkedIn. So talk about that if you can. What role does LinkedIn really play for, I'm gonna say, entrepreneurs? And students are going to be watching this too. Sometimes I say to students here on the campus, I'm like, man, what's your LinkedIn profile? They don't have any, so with students, entrepreneurs, it's just individuals, because it's a way for us to really connect with one another. So talk about LinkedIn. I know you're itching to talk about that.
Yeah, so LinkedIn is what I actually built my business on in terms of training and coaching and developing individuals and helping them to grow. So LinkedIn actually,
All right, we're going to get back to him. I think he got kicked off, but nonetheless, we'll continue, once he signs back on. So one of the things that he was talking about is LinkedIn. I met Rob years ago, and now I see he's doing a number of things on LinkedIn. Actually, we reconnected via LinkedIn. So that's a tool that individuals can use to really build that network. And as individuals are building that network, LinkedIn could be that tool. So we'll give him a few minutes to see if he can reconnect to us. Oh, we really lost him there. All right, here he is. We're going to bring him back in. And as we are talking. All right, there you go.
My bad, my man.
It's all good. All right, so Rob, now the video is dragging.
Difficulties there. Can you hear me?
Oh, that's perfect, man. That's perfect.
All right, can you hear me? Perfect. So yeah, I can hear you perfect.
Good. Yep.
All right, good.
You freeze a little bit, but we can hear you though. Go for it.
All right. So LinkedIn initially focused on helping job seekers to attract and connect job seekers to recruiters. But now it has become a marketplace where individuals like yourself, myself, can promote their professional brand in such a way that they can attract consumers, attract people who can consume our talents, our gifts, our products, our services. The biggest challenge though is the mindset that people possess. They still see LinkedIn as a platform just to obtain employment. And because they see it as such, they don't use it, or they're not as active. And because they're not as active, they don't get the full benefit of the culture that LinkedIn possess and the ability that people have to be found by others who are using the platform that's seeking those resources. So YBConnects focuses on training people on how to leverage LinkedIn, literally to unlock the power of LinkedIn for those who are looking to generate revenue and attract new clients. That's why they call me the LinkedIn locksmith.
I like that, man. So I didn't even think about that, but yeah, I mean, if you look at it, LinkedIn is that place where if you're looking for employment, there's opportunities there. If you're looking for customers, there's opportunities there. If you're looking to network with individuals, there are opportunities there as well. So while we're on LinkedIn, are there any strategies that individuals should employ as they are thinking about taking their business to the next level?
Yeah, there was three specific strategies. Number one, make sure you have an optimized profile. When I say an optimized profile, make sure you completely fill it out to promote the value and the talents that you possess, the experience that you have, and definitely make sure you connect your profile to your HBCU, right? So it makes no sense to have a LinkedIn profile, but you're not connected to your alma mater. Number two, use the search feature to find people that you already know. The best way to grow a network is to connect with people that you already know. And then those people that you know will open up the door to people that you don't know. So for example, you mentioned Scott Phillips. I knew Scott Phillips from Virginia Union. Scott Phillips was as a leader in the Alumni Association. Matter of fact, he was the president at one time. Yeah, he's a real Phi Beta Sigma, great organization, great fraternity. But as a result of me connecting with Scott, I was able to then connect to you and so many other people. So use the search feature to connect with those that you know, and those connections will lead to those that you don't know. And then number three, make sure you secure recommendations from people that you have done work with. By doing that, what happens is you get to elevate your credibility. Credibility is not about what you say about yourself, about what other people say about you. I'm only in this workshop, right? I'm only in this workshop, this masterclass, because Omar is speaking highly of me, meaning he's not just going to bring anyone onto his platform. So as a result, it's somewhat of a recommendation. Hey, I think you should connect with Rob Youngblood. So make sure that the people that you're connected to, that you've added value to, whether it's professors, whether it's fellow alumni, whether it's vendors, get recommendations from them so that when people look at your profile, see the value, the overall value that you bring to the marketplace. And understand this, a person's perception is their reality. If they perceive you to be the best thing since sliced bread, cut the check. You feel me? They're gonna cut the check.
Absolutely. That's important, because I look at those recommendations and it's like, okay, I got some good recommendations, but they're timed. Now I need to get some updated recommendations.
Yeah.
Y'all need to recommend me and I'll recommend you.
Absolutely.
I like that. So is your business solely built just for LinkedIn, or you do some other activities along with LinkedIn?
Yeah, so I'm a connector. So I'm a relationship broker. I'm the type of person that I'm the go-to guy when you and I, we cut from the same cloth, Omar, right? So I'm the guy that people come to when they need a connect, right? If they need a web designer, if they need a speaker, if they need a author, if they need somebody to do a podcast interview, like I'm that go-to guy, right? And so what I've learned to do is just go one step further, right? So hey, I'm gonna be that go-to guy, but what's gonna happen is I'm gonna get paid I'm gonna get paid by the person that I'm connecting them to, right? So if a vendor wants me to work with them, so for example, I have a guy who owns a phenomenal graphic design company, 120 Design Studio. His name is Marshall Fox. He's up in Maryland. Marshall's a phenomenal graphic artist and brand strategist, but he specifically works with public speakers. And even more specific than that, he works with public speakers that are 6 and 7 figure earners, right? And so what I do is I make connections to his client base. When I meet those folks, they're looking for a top-end designer to help them with their logo, their website, their brand story, whatever that might be. I can then make that recommendation and I'll receive a commission for that. So it's just a matter of having that trusted resource. And as a result of being that trusted resource for so many, people will come to me and say, hey, I know you know a person. I know you know a guy. Can you help us? So in addition to being a coach, I'm a connector. And then recently, as recent as last March, I'm almost 1 year in the industry, I got into publishing. So I serve as the president sales for the #1 self-publishing company in the world. It's a Black-owned firm out of the East Texas area called Self-Publish in the letter N 30 Days. And so what I do is I focus on attracting aspiring authors who have a desire to become self-published authors, and we put them in a position to make that happen in a very simplistic way.
Oh, I love that. I love that. So I need to tell my story, man. People keep asking, "Oh, well, where's your book?" It's coming, y'all. Don't worry, it's coming. I know. Now that you said this, it's like I have no excuse.
No excuse at all. No excuse at all.
Yes, absolutely. So we're gonna make that happen. So I want to go back to your university days. So what role did your HBCU do in helping you with your entrepreneurial journey, if any?
So number one, in the School of Business, in the Sidney Lewis School of Business, they always encourage people to get out and communicate. And so, I was a member of a number of organizations even before I joined the fraternity. I was a member of NSBE, which is the National Society of Black Engineers. I was a member of Inroads. I went through Inroads.
Oh, wow.
For those of you who don't know, Inroads is a phenomenal organization that develops and places talented minority youth into business and industry and prepares them for corporate and community leadership. So I still remember the mission statement. They used to drill it into us. And I also worked for the organization. I remember working for the organization. Yeah. So yeah, and so, but being in the School of Business, it always taught us the importance of relationship and networking and building the kind of connections that lead to outstanding outcomes. And I was always the go-getter, even before I came to Union. I was, as a matter of fact, I used to be a foot messenger in New York City. I'm originally from the Bronx, New York. And I used to be a foot messenger. And one day I entered into a building called 160 Vara Street. Oh, it might have been 170 Vara Street. And that was the headquarters at the time of Def Jam. And I ended up getting an internship with the marketing team. And I was on the street team for Def Jam. And that's how I started to like get out and really start meeting people. And this was before I came to college. And so as a result of coming to Union, I was on street team at Union and used to give away product, give away CDs, give away tapes. I'm dating myself a little bit. And they used to call me Radio Rob because I would walk around with the boombox playing Def Jam songs. So those are different opportunities that I gained as a result of being connected to Virginia Union.
All right, good deal. So about 107 HBCUs, and I'm a product of HBCU, and I meet a lot of individuals from different HBCUs. Hence the way we're doing this podcast, or this workshop. What advice would you give to HBCUs as it relates to, I'm gonna say entrepreneurship, but you can give any type of advice. What advice would you give to HBCUs? Did you get the question, Rob?
Yeah, I think the first thing is to make sure you develop an HBCU network. So similar to what you all have going on. Yeah, I heard the question. Can you hear me?
Yep, I got
Can you
you.
hear me?
I got you now. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir. We got you. Mhm.
Okay, good. Okay. So yeah. Okay, good. So I would say similar to what you all are doing at Morgan is making sure that you have some type of a entrepreneurship incubator. So where you're focusing on developing entrepreneurs, but then you also are developing a entrepreneurship network where you can cultivate the alumni who are already alums. I'm a firm believer that in this day and age, you can't keep asking people for money. You can't keep asking them for money, especially now. You can't keep soliciting people.
Yeah.
You have to lead with value. Okay, you have to lead with value. So one of the ways to lead with value is to have conversations with your alums and saying, what can we do to support you? What can we do to assist you? Okay, because at the end of the day, we have choices as consumers. We have choices where we put our dollars. And so as an alum, you want people to appreciate you. One of my mentors and coaches, his name is Dr. Eric Thomas, ET the hip hop preacher. He says, go where you're celebrated and not just tolerated. Okay, so at HBCUs should be cultivating their entrepreneurs, developing them, creating places where they can continue to grow and develop. Why? Because if you had a hand in my development, who do you think I'm going to support when I blow up? I'm going to support the people who had a hand in my development. So some people might say, well, we had a hand in your development. You got your degree. No. That's just one level. Yeah. It doesn't stop. Like you have to continuously add value. You can't rest on your laurels and say, hey, well, we were founded in 1865, so that's why you should give to us. No, because there's other organizations that were founded, right? Inroads was founded in 1970. It was founded after Virginia Union. But if Inroads added more value to me, I'm going to give my dollars to Inroads. You feel what I'm saying? So I would say for HBCUs, number one, create some type of an incubator where you're developing your future entrepreneurs, your future talent, and then create a system or network that you're cultivating those current entrepreneurs and finding out how can we add value. Maybe it's a workshop, maybe it's a symposium, maybe it's grant dollars, right? You know what I'm saying? Like there's ways to support our alums, and so when they blow up, who else blows up? The institution blows up. So that would be my advice to HBCUs.
Man, I love it, man. We are cut from the same cloth, man. I tell them that all the time. I love it, man. All right, is there anything else that you want to share? Did I leave anything out? You know, this is your story. You know.
Yeah. So I would be remiss. I'm talking to Morgan State folks. I would be remiss if I don't shout out one of the best Morgan State alums that I know. His name is Brian J. Olds. Brian J. Olds is the founder and president of the Black Speakers Network. Absolutely. I got to give him a shout out, man, because of him and his visionary leadership, I became a first-time author, best-selling author on Amazon through Speak Up, the ultimate guide to dominate in the speaking industry. So because of him, I gotta give him praise, gotta give him kudos. So understand this, for those who are watching, those who are listening, build your network wide and deep. Okay, build this. Omar and I, over years of building relationships, going deep in our connection, not just relying on the fact that we connected one time and that's it, but we touch base with each other multiple times a year. We're going deep. Going wide is not just relying on just your network at your alma mater. So I'm only going to stay connected to Virginia Union. You need to expand your network outside of that. Omar said 107 HBCUs. Build a relationship. I had the pleasure of stepping foot on holy ground a few years ago. I went to Oakwood University to speak, and I call it holy ground because that's where Dr. Eric Thomas graduated from. And that's where so many of my colleagues are from. And so being able to go there was like as if I was going to Mecca, not Howard, but Oakwood. You feel what I'm saying? So go wide and go deep in terms of your network, wide and deep.
All right, good deal, man. Always good words of wisdom, man. It's always good to see you. How can people connect to you?
Yeah, the best way to connect with me would be through LinkedIn, Rob, YB, Youngblood. I would highly recommend it. If you connect with anyone on LinkedIn, make sure you send them a personalized note. No different than myself. Send me a personalized note. Let me know you heard me here. Or you can reach me at YBConnects.com. That's my website. I'll be happy to schedule a discovery call with you. You can schedule a 15-minute discovery call with me, and we can build and see how we can be a resource for one another.
Oh, man, I love it, man. Really appreciate you, bro. As always, coming through loud and clear with some great resources to help people improve and progress, man, in business and in life. So really appreciate you, bro.
Hey, I appreciate you too, man. Keep doing what you're doing. You inspire me every time I see what you put out, man. And listen, we're gonna have to talk offline because I have a very similar project that I wanna expand upon. And you know me, man. I don't believe in doing anything different, man. Why innovate when you can duplicate? You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate you.
I love it, man. All right, man. Let's talk later this week.
That sounds like a plan. Looking forward to it.
All right, bro. Peace.
All right, blessings to you. All right, peace.
All right. Yeah. All right. We're going to wrap this up real quick. Y'all know how we do. I'm going to share my screen real quick. And let's see here. I'm going to share this and then we're going to get out of here. All right. So this initiative, we call it HBCU by, and I always forget to do this, but that's okay. There we go. We call it HBCU by association, where HBCU alum entrepreneurs find the best in them. We were established this year, and it was really an effort to really figure out, how can we get all these HBCU alums that I'm running into, not just here in Baltimore, Maryland, but around the world. How can we get them together to collaborate and to work on resources? So, and then once we get them working together, how can we now help them create economic opportunities for the HBCU, as Rob was talking about, for the HBCU community internally and externally? We can't forget about the community that's surrounding the HBCU. So we definitely want to do that. So in doing that, we did come up with a number of initiatives, but I needed to really go back to my entrepreneurial. I had to put my entrepreneurial thinking cap back on. I really want to hear from you, the entrepreneur, the HBCU entrepreneurs on what is it that you need from us? What is it that you need from an entrepreneur perspective? Or what is it that you need from your university? So if you can just take a few minutes to fill out this what I call customer discovery format. So here's the website, HBCU BA Customer Discovery. Or you can just go to Linktree, find HBCU by association. The link is on there. If you can complete that and you can refer other HBCU alum who are entrepreneurs, and even those who are thinking about entrepreneur, I think they should be filling this out as well. And if you think individuals should be that are a good fit for this particular podcast, we have another one out called The Game Plan. And that one, we're working with entrepreneurs in the community. So this one, we're working strictly with entrepreneur alum, and the other one, we're working with the community. So here's the team. Here are two HBCU alum, and we also have an HBCU supporter there as well. And then, the additional team members that we have is we definitely want to reach out to the students. So that we're going to create a student chapter where those students begin to work with other students, not just at their university, but working with other students at other HBCUs. Rob mentioned NSBE, National Society of Black Engineers. I remember being a member of the National Association of Black Accountants. Man, we met people from all over the country community who attended different HBCUs, and we were able to build those relationships over the year. We also are building what we call ambassadors. Those individuals are saying, you know what, I'm an HBCU alum. I like what you're doing. How can I get that within my HBCU and in my community? And then we have finally kind of a roundtable, individuals who are really involved with the HBCU. So we call them HBCU by association of the council. Rod mentioned that his mentor, Scott Phillips, was a president of the Alumni Association. So those are the type of individuals we're looking to interact with, because they can give us ideas on how to really work with the university. So if you're interested in any of those, if you're interested in being on this podcast, here are all the social media platforms that we're on. You can also email us at info@hbcubyassociation.com. And then our website is there for more information. So another one down the tube. Look forward to the next one coming up on next week. I want to thank you all for tuning into the HBCU Daily Grind. And until next time, continue using resources to find the best in you, and always improve and progress. We'll see you next week. Peace. Let me stop my sharing here.